it's Delhi where the action right now is concentrated, where the nation's gaze is focused. The Liquorgate scam has singed the Aam Aadmi Party. In a massive setback, Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been sent to CBI custody till 4th March. After Satyendra Jain, Sisodia becomes the second Delhi Mantri to be locked up. AAP, however, alleges that this is a witch hunt by the centre to stop the good work of Sisodia and to taint the Imandar party ahead of crucial state polls. But in court, the central agency pointed to what they believe is a watertight case on the basis of indisputable evidence. At least that's what the CBI is claiming. Now let's go over the arguments by the CBI in court today and the counters by Sisodia's lawyers. So viewers, there you can see them on your screens. It's all turning out to be a battle of versions. The CBI has come out and said that Sisodia was evasive during his questioning, and that's one of the reasons why they need to continue with his custody. Sisodia's counsel says we have appeared whenever the notice has been served. The CBI then makes a very serious allegation, says Sisodia used 3 phones, destroyed all 3. So they've accused him of destroying evidence. He said, I'm a minister, I can't give my phone to a shop for repairs, so I just basically junk them. Profit margin enhanced from 5 to 12%. Now this is one of the provisions of the new liquor policy, where profit margins were ensured, greater profit margins were ensured to retailers. Sisodia's counsel says that he's a public servant, the issue at hand is sensitive, and therefore they don't want to really go into it too much. Sisodia failed to explain the changes in the policy, to which Sisodia's counsel said not contesting doesn't mean I didn't cooperate. Not confessing doesn't mean that I didn't cooperate. It doesn't mean that I am open to being arm twisted. The entire cases of profit, our probe is based on this, says the CBI. Conspiracy was hatched in a very secretive manner, to which Sisodia's counsel has come out and said, for innocent person, all evidence is irrelevant. All offences I'm accused of punishable up to 7 years, and therefore this is a case which is being foisted upon me so that I can be put away for a long time. Now, Times Now is the only channel to put a microphone to Manish Sisodia as he was whisked away by the CBI and then later produced in court. Watch this sequence.
Manish, would you like to say something, Manish? You have been arrested and there's a massive protest which is also going on. Manish, you would like to say something?
Well, as the politics and the blame game raged, AAP today held nationwide protests against what they call a black day in democracy. Here's a glimpse of the dharna, the drama, followed by detentions witnessed throughout the day. Watch this.
Modi teri tanaशाही नहीं चलेगी नहीं चलेगी Modi teri tanaशाही नहीं चलेगी नहीं चलेगी तनाशाही नहीं चलेगी नहीं चलेगी तनाशाही नहीं चलेगी नहीं चलेगी नाले टूटेंगे नहीं टूटेंगे जब मोदी टूटा है नहीं टूटेंगे जब रंगा बल्ला देश में शासन कर रहे हैं तब कुछ नहीं है इस देश में
Glimpses of the high voltage AAP protests. But remember, the CBI's case against Sisodia hinges on 2 key testimonies. One by Sisodia's former secretary C. Arvind, who told CBI that giving wholesale businesses to private entities was mentioned in the group of ministers report, but it was never ever discussed. He further claimed that the provision of 12% profit margin to private entities was against the expert committee's recommendation. Let's go into some of these confessions that have been made by this particular individual, the former secretary of Mr. Sisodia, C. Arvind. He said 12% margin for private entities. In his confession, he said, called to the Chief Minister residence in mid-March 2021. Mr. Sisodia, Mr. Jain were present. They gave me a draft copy of the group of ministers' meetings, or that was formulated by the group of ministers, the draft copy really of the liquor policy. 12% profit margin clause originated from the GOM report. However, there was no discussion or file on how the 12% margin was decided. So he claims it was arbitrary, it was just inserted, and it was against the expert committee's recommendation. So really very serious, viewers. He also talks about how the provision in the policy was made for wholesale business to private entities. So wholesale business was opened up to private entities. It was not discussed in the GOM or the group of ministers meeting. So a very serious charge. This is really the testimony that the CBI is relying on, and this person is clearly turned an approver. Another testimony is that of Dinesh Arora, accused turned approver. He told the CBI that he collected funds for the Aam Aadmi Party's election campaign and handed checks to Sisodia himself. Arora told the CBI that after rupees 100 crore was paid to the Aam Aadmi Party, the remaining rupees 100 crore was to be divided between Vijay Nair, a co-accused, and other bidders from South India, and that this partnership was to continue for about 3.5 years. He further claimed that Nair was involved in the Delhi excise policy scam and was closely associated with AAP government, in particular Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi. Viewers, further rationalizing their decision to press for custody, the CBI says that Sisodia was acting suspiciously and was highly evasive during the tenure of the entire probe, which began in October last year. And this is what the CBI said: 170 phones, SIM cards destroyed by Sisodia and others who are today either co-accused or part of this conspiracy. Sisodia changed and destroyed 7 phones during the probe tenure, which, as I told you, began last year. Remained non-cooperative during questioning, didn't answer questions on 100 crores that were solicited from the South Group or a group of South entities, couldn't explain how contentious provisions were added. Statement by an officer alleging Sisodia's role. As I've told you, viewers, those 2 particular statements were also put forth before the court, on the basis of which they wanted to question Mr. Sisodia and therefore keep him in extended custody. Directions were also issued for policy received on WhatsApp by officers. Expert committee report was ignored. GOM replaced it. Cabinet concealed note favoring findings of the GOM. All of these things needed to be clarified with Mr. Sisodia, and therefore custody needed to be extended, and of course the court granted the CBI an extended custody. The trouble for Aam Aadmi Party is that anti-corruption agencies, in particular the CBI and the ED, have set their sights on others besides the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Sisodia. In fact, also in their mind's eye and on the radar are Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister himself. Now, viewers, let me take you through this. Why is Arvind Kejriwal in the eye of the investigation? Because there were references made to him in the ED charge sheet. We already talked about Manish Sisodia, but there's also Bibhav, who is Kejriwal's PA, and he's been also questioned by the ED. Jasmine Shah, Vice Chairman of the Delhi Dialogues Committee, was summoned by the ED. Dinesh Arora, Sisodia's aide, accused, has turned an approver. And you know, what he has said, because I just read out his submission to the CBI. Devendra Sharma, Sisodia's PS, has also been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate, and K. Kavita, Telangana Chief Minister's daughter, has been also referenced in the ED charge sheet, and the ED believes that she is somebody who formed an interface between the basic group of South-based bidders and the AAP government. Now, whether this is true or not, viewers, it remains to be seen. But the noose is also tightening around the South group, which allegedly gave bribes of rupees 100 crores to top netas and bureaucrats in the Kejriwal government. And most of these individuals, according to the CBI and other agencies, are linked to the to individuals who are part of the political system down south. So there is a YSRCP MP. There is also Chief Minister KCR's daughter, who is a BRS MLC. And on the right, you can see, viewers, the people who have received the kickbacks allegedly on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party. All of these are, of course, claims that are being made in the course of this investigation by the CBI and the ED. The ED charge sheet mentions this kickback worth 100 crores. AAP, of course, calls this a political witch hunt, devoid of any substantial evidence against Sisodia. Listen in to how the AAP reacted today.
2.5 लाख करोड़ का कर्जा दे दिया, 84,000 करोड़ का कर्जा माफ कर दिया, और उस अडानी ने क्या किया हिंदुस्तान के साथ? बगल के मॉरिशस में 6 कंपनियां एक पते पे खोली, फर्जी कंपनियां, और 42,000 करोड़ रुपए का काला धन अपनी कंपनियों में लगाया। यह काला धन किसका है मोदी जी? पूरा देश आपसे पूछ रहा है।
देखिए, अब इस देश में क्या लोकतंत्र बचा है? आप एक तरफ बिना किसी सबूत के, आज भी मनीष सिसोदिया जी के खिलाफ 1 रुपए के भ्रष्टाचार का सबूत नहीं है, आप बिना किसी सबूत के किसी को गिरफ्तार भी कर रहे हो, और अब आप कहो कि आपको आवाज उठाने का भी अधिकार नहीं।
जिस तरह से पूरे देश में तानाशाही लागू है, उसका परिचय कल से केंद्र सरकार दे रही है।
आप जिस नेता को मिल जाएं, आप उसको गिरफ्तार करें, आप उसको जेल में डालें, आम आदमी पार्टी को कुचल दें। 24 घंटे से पहले आपको उनको जो है कोर्ट के अंदर पेश करना पड़ेगा, और अगर ये बात मैं नहीं कहता तो ये डिटेंशन की कहानी शाम तक चलती रहती।
Well, viewers, opposition parties have also closed ranks and united against the centre for the alleged misuse of central agencies to target opposition leaders. There is, of course, always going to be question marks over the agencies. This is primarily because while they open cases against politicians, especially those in the opposition, these cases don't necessarily end in conviction or even reach any logical conclusion. Let me just run you through some of these cases. Cases against the Gandhis. The ED's charge is money laundering in stakes and assets of the National Herald. It's still pending before the Patiala High Court, and the Gandhis have, of course, been granted bail. So this is a sub judice matter. Hemant Soren, Jharkhand Chief Minister, JMM, of course. ED's charge is that the CM is linked to a 1,000 crore illegal mining scam. But Governor Ramesh Bais has not acted on the EC's recommendation. The recommendation allegedly is for taking action against the Chief Minister. So why that hasn't happened, we don't know. Praful Patel, NCP leader, ED's charge, laundering in CJ House case linked to Iqbal Mirchi. Status, the case is pending. It seems to be in a limbo. Sanjay Raut of the Sena, of course, the Uddhav Thackeray part of the Sena. Here, the ED alleges that Rao benefited from the Patra Chol redevelopment project. Special court, the status, it's in special court, arrest was illegal and has been granted bail. So, the special court, at least on the face of it, has not really bought into the ED's charge. Abhishek Banerjee benefited from illegal trade of coal from Asansol. This is what the ED has alleged. September 22, the status, SC extends protection from arrest. So Abhishek Banerjee is still a free person. P. Chidambaram, ED and CBI's charges straightforward quid pro quo in FIBP clearance to INX Media. The status of this case: arrested by CBI in August 19, then arrested by ED in October 19, SC granted bail, proceedings still pending. So the matter is pretty much lying in the domain of the court. It's also remarked, the opposition has also remarked that when opposition leaders are being investigated by the agencies and they jump ship and they become members of the BJP, the cases hit a mysterious roadblock. Suvendu Adhikari, they point as a principal example. 2016 Narda scam, sting of Suvendu and others allegedly taking bribe. In 2020 joined the BJP, and as of now, no action against Mr. Adhikari. Other co-accused in this particular scandal, Firad Hakim, Subrata Mukherjee, Madan Mitra, Sovan Chatterjee, have all been arrested. Mukul Roy, 2016 Narda scam, sting of Roy and others allegedly taking bribe. In 2020, TMC Neta Mukul Roy joins the BJP. Again, no action against Roy. All the other co-accused have been arrested. Himanta Biswa Sarma, 2014 Sarda scam, raided and interrogated by the CBI. In 2015, Kong's finance minister, he joins the BJP. Status not summoned since then. Narayan Rane, 2016, the ED charge was that he diverted 300 crores from tax havens to a residential project. In 2019, the Congress Neta joins the BJP. No report of further probe into the case. So this is Narayan Rane, Mr. Sarma, Mukul Roy, and of course, Suvendu Adhikari. Let's open this up, viewers, because this is perfectly set up for us to ask